Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Becca and today I have the most popular books I've ever read. So this is one of two parts. The second part will be the least popular books I've ever read. I thought I'd start on a high note and then go downhill because why not? So I really like stats, and that's why I really like Goodreads, because Goodreads gives you lots of stats. And it gives you stats about books, it gives you stats about your own personal reading across the year and the years. And so I saw Darby from Darby Lane Reading do this for the Strike Back Videoathon. She sort of altered one of the challenges to make it relevant to Goodreads. And so I thought I would do a video sort of like that. If you like these, then I'll also do the most popular books in my TBR and least popular, and then maybe read some of them. So we'll just see how it goes. So I'm going to be doing these in reverse order from the least popular of the most popular to the most popular of the most popular, and I will tell you what the average rating is and what I rated them. So to preface this, I want to say that I didn't include any of the Walking Dead omnibuses because last year I read most of the Walking Dead comics to date and then I bound them up into the omnibuses to make them small on my reading challenge, because I set my reading challenge as one more than the amount of books I read last year. So if I'd have left them as volumes or single issues, my reading challenge would go through the roof. So I bound them up into omnibuses, which have I believe 12 issues in them. The reason that they're so highly rated on Goodreads is because they're like the 10th omnibus and not many people have read them because they're like £100. So I haven't included any of those, but there is a lot of themes in this stack. Okay, so coming in with the lowest average rating is Winter by Marissa Meyer with a 4.48 rating, and I obviously gave this 5 stars. I really loved the Lunar Chronicles. Not my favourite book in the series. I did much prefer probably Scarlet, but I enjoyed how everything wrapped up in there, and it's a very good book and I understand why it's so highly rated. Then here come the themes. The next one is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas, also with a 4.48 rating. I gave this 5 stars. Then Air of Fire by Sarah J Maas with a 4.52 rating. I gave this 5 stars. These are the second and third books in the Throne of Glass series. They are about an assassin. I really enjoyed them. Sarah J Maas is my favourite author. I love all of her work, and this is probably my second or third favourite series, with A Court of Thorns and Roses being the first and the Lunar Chronicles maybe being second or third, and then Nevernight's in there as well, so somewhere around there, but I do really love these. And you'll also tell the ones that I love because I have them in hardback. Then, more themes. A Coat of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas with 4.53 stars. Again, I gave this 5 stars. Definitely not the best book in the trilogy and not the best book that Sarah J Maas has written, but I understand why it's here. And I also really enjoyed it. And we're just going to keep going. Empire of Storms by Sarah J Maas. See, I did really want to do these videos and then I realised it was all Sarah J Maas, and I'm like, well, that's understandable. I love her, I don't see why everybody else wouldn't. But this might be kind of boring for you to watch and I am really sorry about that. Once again, I gave this 5 stars. Personally, this could be my favourite book in the entire series so far because of the ending and the sense of, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the sense of everyone and everything from the past coming together in the present. I really enjoyed that aspect and I really enjoyed the cliffhanger, so I understand why this is on there. And this one has a rating, an average rating of 4.58, and I gave it 5 stars. Now we have one I can actually talk about a little bit, and that is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which is the third book in the series, so it's the conclusion of the Infernal Devices. This has an average rating of 4.59. I gave it 4 stars, mainly for the epilogue. I've talked about the Infernal Devices a little bit before in that I don't really like the plot of these, but the characters are amazing. Obviously this is a prequel series to the Mortal Instruments, so there's not too many advances that can be made in terms of plot and political systems and everything in the Shadowhunter world, because the Mortal Instruments came first and nothing can be greatly changed in the world in a prequel series because it would affect the future world. This sort of was a series that existed just for the sake of it. It doesn't really further anything in the Shadowhunter world for me personally, but the characters and following the characters was a great experience. I gave this 4 stars, the highest rating one in the series for me. Not a huge fan of the series, but I know it is loved by BookTube and Bookstagram and readers everywhere, so I understand why it's in this list. And then continuing, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. This is interesting because if you have noticed, it has gone with the latest books in the series being higher up in the list, and I'm guessing that's because you only read a sequel to a book if you like the first one, so the higher in a series you go, the higher the ratings are, because only the people who liked it have continued to stick with the series. But this is the 4th book and it comes before Empire of Storm, so I'm surprised that it's rated higher. This is the book in Throne of Glass where everything sort of shifts and goes in a completely new direction. And as far as I was aware, I thought that more people didn't like this book because they preferred the first 3 Throne of Glass books. But obviously not, because this one is very highly rated. It has an average rating of 4.59 and I, of course, gave it 5 stars. Then we have God's Grave by J. Kristoff, another 5-star book for me. I absolutely love this series and a lot of you love this series. I love J. Kristoff, I love the brutality and the morally grey characters. I was obviously going to give this 5 stars after Nevernight being my favourite book of 2017. Will admit I didn't love this as much as Nevernight, and I'm sad that Nevernight isn't on here, but like I said, with later books in the series generally being rated higher, not too surprising. This one also has an average rating of 4.59 and like I said, I loved it and gave it 5. Not surprised that this is on the list, but I think it is definitely a standout book to be on this list because of everything being a book in a series. This is the only standalone on here and it is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This also has a 4.59 rating. I gave it 5. Such an important read about the Black Lives Matter movement. Absolutely groundbreaking book. Loved it so much. You should all read it if you haven't yet. I am so happy to see this on this list. It is a wonderful book and it's hard hitting and it's emotional, but it is just such a necessary read and I am beyond happy to see it making it onto this list. And then the last book, which has the highest average rating by quite a margin, is pretty obvious as well as other things. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This has an average rating of 4.71, so a significant difference between this and The Hate You Give, but so deserved. This is my favourite book. I love Rhysand. I love everything about it. And I'm glad to see it on the top of this list. So that's everything for the most popular books I've ever read. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though I didn't have as much to talk about. When I do the least popular, there will be a lot more to talk about because they're very lowly rated on Goodreads. I actually quite enjoyed. Please pop a comment down below if you were surprised by any of these and give me maybe some of your most popular books you've ever read. But aside from that, please don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. If you head into the down bar below, you can find a link to my Instagram, Goodreads and Twitter if you'd like to follow me on any of those, and also a link to my Bookish Body Butter and Candle website and the Instagram for that if you are interested in checking any of that out. That's everything from me today. Bye!